I took a short flight from Buffalo to New York City just to experience New York Spirit Retreats, a small hostel which feels like an ashram, created with the blessings and ideologies of Guru Bhaktivedanta Swami. So if you have never experienced living in an ashram in India, here's your chance, right in the heart of New York City in Manhattan. Small train ride from LaGuardia to the trains, and as soon as I got on the trains, the first thing I could think of was food. So I hopped out of the trains at Jackson Heights, and you know you're in a desi area as soon as you smell curry in the air, accompanying Hindi and Urdu. A mithai ki dukaan, some fearless pigeons, and of course, पान की दुकान या पान की शॉप.
सबसे बड़ी पहचान when you enter desi areas, you see a lot of trash around. There you go. सुधरेंगे नहीं हम लोग, कहीं भी चले जाए. Another desi restaurant, it's called
Dera. I wanted to have breakfast at Dera but ended up having lunch, and they had some good variety of food there. After satisfying my desi palates, I decided to head to the ashram.
So here I am finally outside the Interfaith Retreats. Let's see, what do they offer? You know, it's a very old building, typical New Yorker building. And I heard so much about it, so I thought, you know, I keep wasting New York City, why would I go there and stay there for a night and see how it's doing? So let's check it out.
As I was walking through the corridors, I was wondering, did I make a right choice? We'll find out. And yes, there's pin drop silence policy here. Finally, I got my keys. So it's a tiny little room. I mean, just enough for you to sleep. And it's enough to crash for a night, but it's a different experience. You know, this place has this very zen, calming feeling for some reason. Well, there's free fruit and breakfast outside, and I guess this bed enough for me to crash on for a night. A different experience, but let's see, you know, if you want to try something different and save some money, I guess you should try this. So what do we have here? This is Bhagavad Gita. If you want, you can read it and even take it with you if you want. And another book, which is Journey Home. Some nasal strip in case you snore, and water, and a tiny little fan. After taking a short nap, I decided to soak in the energies of New York City. So when you're in New York City, you know, everybody is trying to sell something, from clothes to more clothes, to bags, to souvenirs, coffee, and yes, Jesus too.
Every time I see this building, it reminds me of my childhood. You know, I see a King Kong clinging to the top of the Empire State Building. Just like the pizzas, there are train stations in every nook and corner of the city. And one thing you just can't miss when in New York City is truck food. I couldn't take this non-veg route to where I was staying. The Interharmony Trade Center doesn't allow me any kind of food from outside, especially if it's meat. So I have to eat outside. The towering building of New York one hand, and on the other, people playing tennis indoors. Well, that's New York for you. Next morning, after having a nice, healthy vegetarian breakfast, I decided to fill my lungs with the fresh air of the lungs of New York City, and that is Central Park. And yes, there are lights and signals inside the park, just a different kind of traffic. What a beautiful thing to do if you miss someone and you've lost someone that you love dearly. Well, you can plant a tree and remember them forever. Not for eternity, but for coming hundreds of years. This is what Central Park does. Finally, I decided to head back to the ashram because I had to pick up my bags and head to the airport. And yes, they do keep your bags for you. Right now I'm with someone who's the manager of this place. You know, I was really intrigued that where did they come up with this idea? And when you stay at this place is so calming, so zen. You know, I would strongly suggest all of you to please come and stay here. And if you want to stay here, you have to meet Mr. Sunny. He is a thorough gentleman. Hello, Mr. Sunny. How are you doing?
Yes, namaste.
Namaste. Okay, can you tell us a bit about this place? Like, where did the idea come from and what is this all about? When did this start? Just a bit.
Yeah, this is the New York Spirit Retreats. We started with the blessings of Srila Prabhupada, our Guru, and with his blessings we are running last 26 years. And our CEO is Mr. Bhima. All are welcome. This is simple vegetarian hostel with the very spiritual interfaith retreats format. And all are welcome. We are here to serve. Thank you so much.
I had a great experience, you know. The one thing that I learned from this place, Mr. Sunny, was like we need so much less in this life. From so little, we can have so much. You know?
Absolutely.
I mean, there is everything that you need here. From slightest thing, you'll think of it. Oh, I need a fan, and there's one inside there. But just the size is minimal because that's what they're teaching you here, to live a minimal life, and that's a great message. Thank you, Sunnyji.
Thank
it was
you,
a
sir.
pleasure, and
Thank
I
you.
hope I'll come here again, definitely.
You're welcome, sir.
Well, here I am. My journey is over, about to leave, and so I would say anyone who is a traveler or a student, someone who wants to save money, or you just want to come here and stay for the least possible amount of money that you want to spend, this is an ideal place for you. Not just because it's cheap, but I think the kind of comfort and warmth and the spirituality that you feel here is amazing. And above all, you get a taste of the Indian culture, which is really very warm. So I would strongly suggest if you ever come to the city and just for the sake of experiencing something different, I think you should come and stay here. Namaste and Jai Shri Krishna.